Good morning, Rabbi Sai. No, Bemis. That's exaggerated. We spoke about this. No, if it doesn't. No. I'm officially born scene, and that's it. Good, we go. It's better for us. Adios. Wow. Chesed Hashem. Wow. He's out of here. Shalom. Shalom. Okay. Thanks, Avi, for making a chilul MDY. Where Mom is going to miss him. Okay. I've been meaning to write to you on numerous occasions, but email isn't my preferred communication tool. I wish I can just send you voice notes on WhatsApp. I have many things to say, but I'll try to keep it short. I live in Lakewood, New Jersey, and travel to Brooklyn, New York every day. I thought he was gone. All right. Adios. Bye-bye.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I'm back.
Shkoyach. No one understands. Yishkoyach Gadol. You just... It was a little premature, but okay. No, I mean, this is all part of the sugya today, but he came in 2 minutes too early. Say it was good. Well, maybe we'll cut it. Seriously, we'll cut it and we'll put it in the Givaldik. Very good. But no more Not by the emails. It's supposed to be the Gemara, but okay. Go back out and do it. Seriously, get out. Go. Nachamal. Again. We'll do it later. Okay. I've always seen on Yisrael ghosting status all the fun, exciting parts that you share that got me to check out the MDY status, all the charts. The Magid share. At the time, I didn't have Torah apps. The shurim I listened to were WhatsApp audio only. One day, listen to this, Rabbi Isaac, because I think it's very interesting. I got 2 emails about this today. Actually, 3. One day, I saw the Cholin chart, but couldn't understand where it fits into that day's daf. I had to check out the full share to get in. I'm glad I did so. Every so often, I had extra time. I go to the 8-minute daf app and watch that day's share. I was going strong with my original shir and used the shir as the extra curriculum. When we did the daf campaign for Avi's Refuah, I took upon myself to backdate the daf I missed, dropped out at the beginning of Beitzah, since the Yom Nedarim, Bekitzer, he did Beitzah. Baruch Hashem, we had a scene in the Sukkah on Shmiras Aseres with Castel wine. That's when I realized that I could do way more than my daily audio shir. You hear this, Rabbi Isai? All those people that took on the 5,000 daf for Avi, you could do it for Avi, you could do it for yourself also. That's when I realized that I could do way more than my daily audio share. Now I'm doing the Yiddish audio and your video share daily. He's a chassid, he writes. See attached photo of my commute. A prominent Poisik once told me that Mesechtes Nedarim, there's no Olam Haba. It's pure Olam Hazeh. Yeah? Now I won't repeat all the praise that's being sent to you daily, but since it's my birthday today, I'd like to wish you all the brachas being sent to you and all the brachas you vinched us on. Your birthday should be 100% Mikuyim plus tax. Amen. I have so much more to say, but this is already way longer than it. This is very anonymous. Ami K, Lakewood, New Jersey. Daf, Shibuda the Chont. That's when he started. Shibuda the Rebnasan. So it's people, we lost people and we gained people. P.S. If there's a WhatsApp number, okay, fine. Now here, this Shimi Leafman just sent this to me in today, and now that you know about, this is the Gates of Yeshiva. Shibuda Rebnasan, we said some people claim they left the shir because of that chart, so here he is. In Gates they left.
Here we are outside the famous, iconic Gated Yeshiva. After the Shibuda Reb Nosson saga, we're going to now try and recruit more chevra from Gated to the world's best shir. Go on, Benji, make us proud.
He went dafka there to recruit. The world's youngest recruiter, he says. Rabbi Danny Moore, I started off seeing you at the recent scene in Manchester. I traveled over the world for kashas to Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. And listen to your daf wherever I am in the world on long-haul flights. I am now in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, visiting factories here on behalf of the Badats, Igud Rabbanim. I've been coming here for the last 13 years and never met a Jew. Today I was in the hotel, and for the first time, I've met a fellow Yid here. His name is Zevi Fliegman. We see him all the time on Zoom from Elad, Eretz Yisrael. We got talking, and within 2 minutes we established we're both MDYers. On the spot, we took out a Gemara and watched a shir together. Kill the great word. The Shkoyach, Danny Moore, Manchester. Here it is. Rabbi Sai.
Hi, good morning, Rabbi Sai.
Zevi Fliegman is on the right.
We are now in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I'm here on behalf of Kashrus V'Taltig Rabbonim. I met a Yid in the hotel. We got talking. Within 1 minute, I realized he's an MDY. We'll come together and we're learning the Daf.
Satellite location, Benny. Satellite location, Saudi Arabia. We have a very good piece of information about the satellite location. Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay, fine. Let's restart. This is a long one. Basically, Jake Arjing, do you pronounce the J? I don't know. Arjing. He says that since I read that one email, and he does the Long Island Railroad to work, and Bekitzer, he decided that he's from today on, from Nedarim Daf Nun, he's going to take out all the snippets of Chizuk, stories, Mishalim, and put it together. I'd love to see what that looks like. We're planning to have our oldest son, Yonatan Bar Mitzvah, in Eretz Yisrael, and Eretz Yisrael is coming June. I'll make an effort to visit you in RBS, and hope to have something to share with you by then. Wow, looking forward, Taka. That'll be cool. Shibuda Nasan. Anonymous from Lakewood is sponsoring the koil for the month. L'schus shiduchim for his nieces. The koil for Hanukkah. Somebody sponsored $500 for Hanukkah geld from Anonymous. Mesechta in Zgul Katoira vein Tumchea Kiyakov Via'al Lak Paras HaChodesh Linishma Zechrya ben Moshe Linishma B'tzlאל ben Moshe. Chaim and Dinah Lewitan. To mark the Shloshim of Gershon Yosef ben Avrahom Sontag. Shabbat should have an aliyah. Gary Ravitsky, in loving memory of Charna Bas Yosef on the occasion of her Shloshim. Another Shloshim. Shabbat should have an aliyah. Yacov and Malka Slatus. Refuah Shleima for our son. Shaya ben Malka Chaya. Refuah Shleima. And the art of the month is sponsored by Mr. Anonymous, Rabbi Anonymous from Lakewood, Zchus for his nieces, Shiduchim. A double sponsor this month. Rabbi Isa, here we go. Says the Gemara, 3 lines from the bottom of Nun Amud Beis. A day that Rebbe would smile and be happy from a joke or whatever it is. If there's a hefsek hadas. I don't know, do you have that video downloaded? I just thought it would be cool. Like minute 120-ish, and then minute 4. What? 120 maybe. Put it on for a second. I thought it was interesting. The Maharsha explains that Rebbe took upon himself the Yisurim of the world. Here. This is, yeah, go. Okay, fine. You see, there's something like to be mibadeach and make litzonos even for Gdei Adar. Fine, that's enough. You saw him. Yeah, okay. The point is that Rebbe accepted upon himself the world's Yisurim, and as soon as he would be Mesiach Das, think about something else for a moment. Through Litzonos, through that Simcha, he was Mesiach Das, and it caused the piranhas in the world. Some guy would get into an accident, another person would fall off a roof. He couldn't smile for a second, he tried to smile. Omalei lebar kapara. Bar kapara would try to make him happy. B'simcha, as the Gemara in Dinah says in Maharsha, that if you make other people happy and smile, you're kind of oilam haba. So you try to make him. You saw this. He's always very heavy. So he tells Bar kapara, lo yitvedachin v'yahavin loch arbayin grivi chite. If you don't make me laugh, I'll pay you. I'll pay you 40 measures of wheat. Omar lei lechzi mar de kol griva de beina shakilna. You'll see, I'll take very, very large amounts, not just measures. You think it's a measure, 40 of these, and Rebbe was very wealthy. Says Bar Kapara, I'm going to make sure that you pay up serious measures. Shokal di kulo rabba, he took a very, very large basket, sort of what you just saw Dr. Factor in. Chafye kufra, he smeared it and he put tar on the inside so that it doesn't have any holes. Okay, the outside. Besachve al reishe, and he put it and he flipped it over on his head, so it was upside down. Now, if you saw a gadol or even Dr. Factor with a basket upside down on your head walking into shir, it's funny. So Rebbe started laughing. You owe me 40 grivim, I want you to pay up. So he begged him not to make him laugh. I'll pay you 40. He took this 40 and he flipped it around and made it into a joke, into litzanas. You see from here that it's very good to have jokes. It's very good. Besides, if you're Rebbe and you're in charge of the world and you can't laugh for a second, then it's a problem. But otherwise, it's a mitzvah to be happy, a mitzvah to make jokes. Even Bar Kapara was a gadol. Rebbe laughed. So Rebbe tells him, didn't I warn you not to make me laugh? I'm just coming that you should pay up. I'm not trying to make a joke over here. I brought the basket, that you should pay up. Says Bar Kapara to the daughter of Rebbe. Huh? Oh, the questions. Yeah, thank you. Here's the question. If a person says this lashon, I'm not going to eat fish, does it include gefilte fish? It depends if you're Sephardi Ashkenazi. The number one item that Sephardim hate, can't stand, can't look at is gefilte fish. Ask any Sephardi. There's nothing more vile and offensive than gefilte fish for a Sephardi. But for Ashkenazi, if he says dag shani toyim, does it include gefilte fish? Anybody? I'm not going to eat fish. Does it include gefilte fish? Also, what does the Kohen Gadol's haircut look like? Not that we have good answers for that today. Levels, okay. Now, this one is a difficult one. This time that you pay attention. Where do you see, Where do you see on our daf? Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Chanukah, Purim, Pesach, and Shavuos. Well, Purim we just saw. Yeah. Shtickle, dressing up. Oh. Not bad, Gershon, not bad. Quick. Okay. I mean, it would have fit in a lot better than... Yosef, I think if we take that piece out and put it by the Gemara, I think it will be a little bit better. Fine. What's the last one? Oh. Anybody know this answer? I thought this has nothing to do with the Gemara really. I found it yesterday. Who else ate mun after mun was over? There's no more mun in the world. Hundreds of years later, somebody ate mun. Anybody? A guess? A guess? No, this is not in Shas really. It's one of the Nevi'im. Okay, well, I'll tell you, remind me to tell you before the shir is over. This I don't know exactly. Was he married to her? He stam chapped the shmooze with the daughter of Rebbe? No, he wasn't married to her, because we're going to see soon, now he just chapped who she is. Okay, he tells the daughter of Rebbe, L'mochar, shatino chamra birikudu da'avuch, I'm going to drink wine, your father is going to dance for me, uvikir kone di imach, and your mother is going to sing for me. Now, Kalisha is very problematic. So perhaps what he meant to say is, if you ever went to the Kotel on a Monday and Thursday, the women over there, the Sephardi women, I don't know how they do it. Something like that. I think maybe that's what it means. Be'emes. Yeah? The Hebrew. Here, get on the table and do it. Come. Get on the table. What are you going to sit there like that? Okay, cut off the imach. Fine. So, Kachava, almost. Says the Gemara, Ben Elosho chasnei de Rebbe Hava. Ben Elosho was the son-in-law of Rebbe. V'asher gadol Hava. He's very wealthy. very affluent. Believe it or not, Rebbe, who forgot to invite Bar Kapara to his son's wedding, invited his own daughter and his son-in-law. The Gemara makes a big thing out of it. Big chiddush here. He was invited to his brother-in-law's wedding. So Bar Kapara comes in the middle of the wedding. First, he had to graffiti the wall and make a whole big deal. He said, how's it possible? You spend millions on this wedding and you're going to leave me out of this? Fine. They invite him in there. And now he makes a whole tumult. My toyeva. What is the word toyeva? So now if we see the pasuk over here, it's only brought down by Mishkav Zachar, toyeva. Says Bar Kapara, he has nothing better to ask in the middle of the wedding, takes over the father of the chassan. Listen, I need to know, what does the word toyeva mean by Mishkav Zachar? I don't have a better chayla, this is what I need to know right now. So, called the Omar Le Rebbe, the Hachinu, toyeva, parcha Bar Kapara. Bar Kapara shlugged it up. He says, no, that's not the pshat, I'm not mekabel. Omar Le, so Rebbe tells him, Parshaya, no, could you please tell me pshat? Omar Le, Teisi de Vischi, I want your wife to pour me some wine. Also, Ramile. In the middle of the chasana, you have to picture this. In the middle of the chasana, take the mother of the chassan out of the women's section. I want her to come right here in front of all the men and pour me wine. Okay, she came. Also, Ramile, she poured him wine. Omar Leila Rebbe, then he tells Rebbe, the Gadol Adar, the author of the Mishnayos, definitely the Gadol Adar. He was the Nasi. Rebbe Nasi. Kum rekoidli de'imar lach. If you want me to tell you pshat, get up here and make a dance. Oh, so he did. Achi Omar Achmana Toyeva. What does Toyeva mean? Toya ataba. It's a combination of words that you're straying. You're making a big mistake by going in that direction. Normal way is a man should marry a woman, and you're toya. Okay. But I think it's unbelievable that middle of a chasana, everybody's busy with the chassan and dancing and this and that. Rebbe, he had to understand what this pshat is. What's the pshat in the pasuk? And he did anything to understand one word in the Torah. What does toyeva mean? You want me to dance, I'll dance. You want my wife to come into the men's section and pour wine and act foolish, I'll do that also. Whatever you need, I'll do in a very inconvenient time. In the middle of the chasana. Come tomorrow during first Seder. No. Right now, in the middle of chasana, I need to find out pshat in this word. It's an amazing thing of the taiva for Torah. L'kas achrina, Bar Kapara wasn't done. He wanted another cup of wine. Okay? Omalei, my tevel. Now that you know what pshat and toyeva is, explain to me what the word tevel is in this pasuk. Ishali samid lefnei behema, l'riva tevelhu. All these have to do a little bit about a wedding, because we're talking about a normal wedding, and there's no behemoths involved, there's no scharim. It's questions within the sugya, let's call it. What does the word tevel mean? Why does the Torah use such a word? Omalei, kinyon kadma. So he started answering. He said this. He said no, but I need you to dance. I need you to bring me wine. I need your wife to pour me wine. Omalei avidli de'emalach. Do what I told you before, so that I'll tell you the pshat. Ovad, he danced. His wife brought wine. Omalei, and he told him, Tevelu, tavlin yeshbo. Are the spices with the behema? Mishan yehodo bia min kulim biyos. Why would a person go with a behema? Makes no sense. Okay, Amalei umay zima. So now tell me what the pshat in the zima means. Zima is in the pasuk al techalas bitchalas noisa, but he says no, it's zima. Zima together with znos. Amalei avet yonel kadma. Give me the cup, give me wine, dance, ovad. So he danced. I mean, it's unbelievable. You tell Chaim Kanievsky, tell the Chaim, go dance here. You dance over here, and I'll tell you pshat in the pasuk. He starts, old man starts going like dancing. So it's unbelievable. And it's the third time. Do a trick. If you do a trick, I'll give you a bow. I'll give you a treat. So he does a trick. He dances in front of the whole chasana. What does zima mean? Zu mahi. When a person is mizana, now you have a suffix who the father is. You don't know anymore. No DNA testing, right? So you don't know. She was this husband, this man, this thing. Now it's a balagan. You don't know who the kid is. Says the Gemara, Lo Yachil ben Elasha, Elasa lemizbal, Elasha ben Elasa. He couldn't stand it. The son-in-law, the wealthy son-in-law, he couldn't see his father-in-law suffer like that. What's going on here? Bizyainis. His father, Kam unofak hu v'intzei mitaman. So Elasa left with his wife. Who was his wife, Rabbi Isai? Rebbe's daughter. In other words, the sister-in-law of the chassan, Rebbe's daughter, the son-in-law. They made the sister of the chassan. They made a macha. You're gonna treat Tati like that? You're gonna treat Rebbe like that? We're out of here. I believe, I didn't see this inside. Sifrei Gilgulim, maybe it's made up, says that Rebbe was a Gilgul of David HaMelech, who was Mecharpe, what's the lashon? Mecharke Merakel B'chalois in front of the Torah. And who made a Macha? Michal. So the daughter of Rebbe was the Gilgul of Michal, and she made a Macha and she left. Says the Gemara, Kom v'novak hu v'intzim taman. My ben Elasa. What's his name? Why is he named after his father? The Sanya lo'ilchinam pizer ben Elasa is mo'isav ela laharis ben tisporish. Does it say a sin by you also?
How do you know he was rich? My ben Elasa. How do you know he was rich?
That's what it says by you.
Yeah.
That's interesting pshat. I don't know if that's the pasha pshat, but okay. Where does he get that from? Interesting. Rashi. We don't have Okay. How do you know he was wealthy? Say the Achronim and Rashi. I don't think Rashi. Yeah. Okay. Says the Gemara. How do you know what? What do you say? Strong? How do you know he's strong from here? Okay. Yeah. Fine. I saw a pshat that it meant, how do you know, why is he called after my ben Elasa? Why is he called Elasa, not what his name is? The Sanya lo'ilchinam pizer ben Elasa is mo'isav ela laharis b'han tisporish l'kohen gadol. He spent all his money to get a hands-on demonstration of what the kohen gadol's haircut looked like. The chsiv, chasoim yichsim was r'sheim. You should trim the heads of the hair. So you see from here, unbelievable zach. You're supposed to spend all fortunes on Yoshi, on. I had to pay Avi Factors crazy amount of money. Nobody wanted to do it. I asked 10 people. I said, okay, you pay me talent skilling. No, I didn't pay him anything, but you should.
Kicked out. Why everyone was clapping?
No, it was a good scene. I clapped for the scene. That's all.
That's good. We could always. Just yesterday, I chapped what you did a half a year ago. I didn't realize. I said maybe, I was talking over with the guys in college, I said maybe under the, I never told you this, under the sack you should wear that mask that you had in by the Siyam HaMayid. And they explained, I didn't chap, they explained that you put like a sock on your head. And you had no face like the characters. I never got it because I wasn't like, hey, you all got that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He walked in the middle of the shir, the same noises, same thing, but he's wearing something on his head. So I thought, okay, he's wearing a mask. He's wearing a no face because he wanted to be like the women, the characters of Yivamis that had no face. I just chapped. It took me half a year to chap. I'm a yaki. Be'etzem I'm a yaki. I'm going to laugh now for that. Okay. There's no limit how much you spend to show Torah on the spot, to bring a barber in and he should show you. Now, you're talking about, by the way, Ben Elasa was after, there's no Kohen Gadol in his generation. It's after the Beis HaMikdash. Right? Rebbe. The end of the Tanaim. So he spent this money to understand what it looked like back then. First of all, they had a Kohen Gadol. You could just see what the Kohen Gadol looked like. Okay.
You have to prepare. Not looking back, looking forward.
Okay, I'm just saying that, that's why we're doing. That's why we learn Torah. The point is that he felt that it was necessary and he spent a lot of money on it. Tana, and what does it look like? Kein lulanios. My lulanios. Omer Rav Yehuda, Tisparta, Yichita. We kids, we're not getting anywhere. It looks like lulanios. And what's lulanios? It's very unique. Yichita. Hechidami, what is it? Omer Rav Roisha Shalzeh, Bitzad, Yikor Shalzeh. The Belzer took off his yarmulke and he showed me, it looks like this. Basically, he's bald, and the one hair, the end of the hair touches the root of the other hair. That's one pshat. There's other pshatim. I saw a picture of like curls. It was curled over. It looks like, basically curl after curl. Okay, again, just like yesterday, we had the machlokes between the Belzers and the Litvaks, whether the women shave their head or not, the Gershon and the Gemara. So today also, fine. Actually, that's the only one I understand. Like, it says that the head of the hair is at the root of the other hair. So I don't understand it any differently, but there's a few pshatim here. Okay, great. It said in the Mishnah that if a person says koinam tafshil shani yoichel shani toyim,
It's like the Obama baby here.
yeah, but a bunch of them. So if a person says, I am making a neder from any food that I'll eat, from a tafshil, not any food, tafshil, cooked food. So we learned, remember that egg, the small egg, termita is not included. One other thing is not included, dlas haramutza. A pumpkin, a gourd from haramutza. My dlas haramutza, Amar Shmuel, kara kakuzoi. It's a kakuza gourd. Rav Ashi Omar, dlasatmuna beremet. It's baked in ashes, says Rav Ashi. It's not a specific type of gourd. It's any gourd in the world. You take, you bake it in ashes, then it turns into dlas or mutza. Ask the Gemara, Isvi Ravina, Rav Ashi, but it doesn't make any sense. If you're talking about klayim, taking a Armenian glass and planting it together with a Mitzri glass, you're not over in klayim. However, klayim ima Yavanis, klayim are a mutza. If you take Yavanis, you take a Greek one and a remutza, and you put them together, now you're over on klayim. Well, wait a minute. Remutza is it's not a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a species. It's just a regular gourd. So how could you make klayim with a regular gourd and a glass Yavanis? You take a Greek one and one that's cooked in ashes. Well, that's not a type of a gourd. Elamai, remutza is a type of a gourd. Maybe it's a gourd that you always cook it in ashes. But it's a type of a gourd. It's a type of a pumpkin. And if you plant it together with a Greek one, now you have klayim tiyufta. I don't think this is a Mishnah. It seems like it's not a Mishnah. I think the Art Scroll even takes out the word Mishnah over here because it's word for word that we had in our Mishnah. So, but that's what I was thinking. I think we shouldn't take a sponsor. We're going to go weiter. I just saw that this morning, that the Art Scroll literally takes out the word Mishnah over here. It ignores the whole thing. On the bottom it says, listen, it doesn't make any sense. It's a pliya, he says. How do you do it? He takes it out. Okay, I'll take it out. If a person says, I'm making a nether against things that are made in a pot, he's only usher in things that are cooked really, really long, boiled very long. If he says a nether against something that goes into a pot, shani toyim that I won't taste, anything that goes into a pot. Not only things that are boiled very long. Tanya. Oh, so here we go. Here you have just leave it on. We're going straight through all this. If a person says the words, anything that goes into a pot, also be yared ilpas. Ilpas is a pan. So, if you say, I'm not going to eat anything that went into a pot, so I'm also in something that went into a pan. Why? So I put bagels here because Bagels are not mamish, like they're first boiled and then they put them in the oven, whatever. Let's say they put it in a pan, okay? Let's say the type of bagel, first you put it in a pot. It's a type of food that we can understand there's two stages to it. First you boil it. When it's 3/4 cooked, then you put it in a pan, okay? So Mela, when a person says pan, he also means this bagel. But if he says but if he talks about a pan, what do you put in a pan? Schnitzel, things like that. Mutter b'yar, then it doesn't include things that are only in a pot. But if he says minan nas b'gdeiro, here, so here, did I say kol hayar l'gdeiro? Okay. Minan nas b'gdeiro. Nas b'gdeiro means things that are finished off in a pot. What's finished off in a pot? Let's say soup. Mutter b'nasa bilpas. So you're right. Sometimes you finish things off in a frying pan. But soup you don't finish off in a frying pan. So when a person says something that's finished in a pot, bagels, where do you finish bagels? Not in the pot. A finished bagel is never in a pot. Finished bagel is in the oven, in a frying pan. So in Mela, it's not a finished pot product. So Mela is a mutter in a bagel. Mutter b'nasa bilpas. But if a person says whatever is finished in a frying pan, mutter b'nasa b'gdeira, then he's mutter in soup. Why? Because soup is not something that you finish off in a frying pan. So you only usher in things that you finish off in a frying pan. So here's a yer latana. By the way, I put here sourdough. If you know how to make sourdough is made in a pan. It's a special pan. So I don't know. Stop. Listen to B'nai Adam. Does he mean this? Mean that? Just threw it in there to make things more complicated. Next, if a person says, "Kol ma'isa," Hanoidim in ayor latana. Right, the last line. So if you look over here, the top picture, in those days they would put things into a tanner, meaning the tanner was very, very specific for making bread. Take a piece of dough, smack it on the side of the oven, and wait. Today it's like what do they call them? The thick. It's like a lafa. Yeah, thick. Huh? Eshtanur. Very good. That's even better. Throw it on. You can see it in Yerushalayim. In some places, they still have it. Stick it on the side. And then, when a person, we're talking about again, listen to B'nai Adam, what do people mean? In nowadays, I'm going to throw something into the oven means, like the picture on the left, I'm going to throw the chicken into the oven. I'm going to throw the kugel into the oven. But in those days, yoyre the tanner, going into the tanner from the top in, always referred to bread and only bread. Ain't also a pass. But if he said everything that's in an oven, also then he'll be also in chicken and everything else. Daf Yomi Amud Beis, sponsored by Yankel Cohen, the official MDY MSP, and the schus being able to support. You know, turn to finish shots with the rebelli. Real quickly, I know I shouldn't be doing this because we only have 5 minutes left, but we have a few guests. I just want to say Shalom Aleichem to the guests real quickly. Shalom Aleichem, what's your name? Chaim Steiner from? Staten Island. Wow, you sent me something, you know? Wow, bad. And you tzaddik that you have your hands, what's your name? Nu? I made you at the code. Okay, fine. Next. You? Menashe Ephraim from Baltimore. Shalom Aleichem. Anybody else? The Chassan is here. You're here on the day of your Chassanah. But we don't have sun. We'll sing at the Chassanah. Our voice say, you're not invited to the Chassanah, only special people like myself. Where is it? Okay, we won't say it. Okay. It says the Heilige Mishnah is sponsored by Yankel Cohen. No, this Heilige Mishnah is sponsored by that we should all have the schus to never give up, stay positive, and keep going forward. Yeah, I was supposed to announce the Siyum. I was supposed to announce Miami. We'll have to do it tomorrow. The Siyum in Miami is going live when? Next few days is going live. It's your last opportunity. People, Mamish stepped in very nicely to help subsidize the Siyum. Last opportunity if you want to. And also, somebody stepped up. I forgot what I think it's anonymous. $14,000 for Mesechtes Nazar. Sponsor Mesechtes Nazar. 400 Gemaras he sponsored. So if you still want, it's Mamish the last day or two to put your name in for Nazar. What else do I have to say? We have no time.
Probably Amud Beis.
Amud Beis. Okay. Mina kovash. Here we go. Keep on going weiter. Kovash. Kovash is pickled. So if you thought about it, today, somebody says pickled. What is he referring to? Pickled what? So usually, kovish in those days especially, an also element, a kovish shel yerek. Only vegetables. Pickles, tomatoes, whatever you, yerek. Kovish anitayim, but if a person says general, any type of pickling, also b'chol akfushim, then it'd be also in, why did I put sardines there? That was a mistake. Okay, fine. Kovish, more, it means like, okay, I thought it meant something else. Fine. Maybe it's a mistake. Let's take it out. I mean, I thought it means more like, but I'm thinking now it's pickled, not so much something that stays for long or whatever. Okay, preserved. Maybe preserved. Maybe it is in there. Fine. Also, b'chol akfushim. Min hashalok, a person says, I'm being noider from something that's undercooked, and he also element hashalok shel basu. Think about it today. What comes to mind when I tell you uncooked food today? Sushi, very good. But in those days, it was uncooked meat. So in Mela, it's only uncooked meat that you're also. But if he says, I'll never eat anything that's undercooked, also and that's why I put sushi. So whatever. Okay, that's the. So it's mutter if you say mina shalok, but if you say shalok shani tayem, that includes also sushi. Says the Gemara. Right. Okay, fine. I hear it's not. I hear what you're saying. You're saying that sushi is not cooked at all. But it's a good. You see, he thought that's what that meant. If you notice in the Mishnah, it says ha. Look at the second word on the Amud. Min ha kavush. Ha means the pickle. What if he doesn't say ha? He uses da. It's not a lotion of the. It's not hey idea. Di kavish mai. Di shalak mai. Di tzali mai. Di meliach mai. Is he talking about the main one, which is usually meat or usually pickles, or he means the entire category? To buy, you have to be machmer. Says the Mishnah again. Sponsored. We have all day. That we should all have the schos to never give up, stay positive, and keep going forward. Amen. Minat sali. If a person says, I won't benefit from anything that is barbecued, roasted, and also, what do you guys call it? Brai in South Africa. And also, eliminat soli shel basar. What do you put on a brai? Steaks. The review though. Soli shani tayem. But if he says, I'll never taste anything that was ever barbecued, also then it would be even vegetables. You put corn on the cob on a barbecued also. Mina maliyach. If he says something, if he says from a salted item. And also, then he meant what he typically salt in those days? Fish. But if he says anything salty, so I put the box of crackers. I don't know if that's the right thing, but okay, you get it. Anything that has salt. Dag. If a person says the word dag, dag means what? A large fish. What does dagim mean? Small fish. Shani tayem, also behem, beim doilim ben ktanim, whether they are large and small. Ben meluchim, ben tfeilim, whether they have salt or unsalted. Ben chayim, whether they're uncooked. Ben vusham cooked. Now listen to this. Umuta betaris trufa, if it's chopped up. From here I got this halacha, I made it up. It could be gefilte fish is not included in fish. Gefilte fish is not fish. Why? Because when a person says dag dagim, he does not include taris trufa, chopped up fish, is not included. Ubetzir in the brine and the fine. So it doesn't include. Let's see. I put here gefilte fish, and also I did the tzir like the kedem, the manashevitz, the jelly stuff. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. This is what gives gefilte fish a bad name. That stuff. Tzachana is, you see in the right corner, right bottom corner is tzachana. Smaller fish, but they also include some chopped fish in there. That's the point there. That's the nekuda. It has a little bit of a chop in there. Also, b'taris trufa, therefore he'd be usher in gefilte fish, in something chopped. Umutar, but that does not include the liquidy, betzir, ubemurios, the watery stuff, the brine, whatever you want to call it. He says, I'm not going to eat any chopped up fish. Gefilte fish, here it is. Asur betzir ubemurios. What's going on in my chart? The problem is the two girsayis here. Mutter and asur. So either the brine is mutter, or it's also depending if you're the Ran or the other Rishonim, weiter. Tanya Reb Shimon ben Elazar Omer, dog, shani toyem. If a person says, I'm not going to eat fish, also because dag is a very large fish. It doesn't mean sardines. Dog ga shani toyem, but he says the word dog ga, like in a keva, also then he's referring to the smaller fish, the sardines, he's not referring to tuna. Dag, daga, shani toyem. What if he says both? Is he trying to undo the dag when he says daga? Or is he trying to add another category, dag and daga? Also, bein mikdalim is also in both. Who told you that? Thank you. How do you know that the word dag means large? So this is where I got it. In Perik Beis, in Yoina, Rashi says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave Yoina man. He was eating man, unless I didn't read it right. That's what it says over there. You remember that? No? I read it wrong, you're saying. There's no Nakudis, so that's what I said. V'yiman Hashem da gadol. Wow, v'yiman. No. I know, but I don't know. That's what, as I stated. Now I'm going to look like a big fool. People are going to write. My thing says, moon, not man. Shoida. Okay, fine. That's what I read. Okay, Perik Beis. Look at the first Rashi over there. First, second Rashi. A kid came to Chaim Kanievsky on Purim, and Chaim Kanievsky asked him, "What are you dressed up as?" So the kid said, "As a fish." He says, "No, you're not a fish. You're yoina inside a fish." So, which one was it? Was it a dag, which is large, or daga means small? Holy kashi. The only way to explain this really is, okay, here's the picture. Now, dag gadol can mean a blue whale. I forgot to look up how much it weighs, 57 tons, whatever. And that you have the whale fish on the bottom. It's to scale, basically. Here's a human being at the mouth of the... So when you compare the whale fish, who could easily swallow a human being, it's very small compared to the blue whale. Blue whale is like, I don't know, 3 school buses long. Something mishuga. Yes, it's not a dakatan. That whale fish weighs thousands of pounds. It's not a dakatan if it could swallow a human being. But it's all comparative. This Beis Medrash is tiny compared to the Bell's Beis Medrash. But it's huge compared to my office where I learn. It's all, everything's relative. That's the pshat. I just want to tell you real quickly, very, very important, because Zera Shimshon, which Nachman Seltzer wrote once upon a time, he has a beautiful vart here. It says, Zocharas Adoga Asher Chalim Mitzrayim. We remember Chinam. We ate this fish. It's unbelievable. We got it for free. We just used to go in and get fish. And Klal Yisrael couldn't believe it. Now all of a sudden there's blood in the water and all the fish died. They all died. So how are we going to support ourselves? We're going to eat. Says the Zera Shimshon, that's exactly the whole point. And it's like Shire B'tachan, you know. When you think things are going wrong, it's the opposite. So we only support ourselves from the fish, from the yar. Now the yar is full of blood. How am I going to eat? Because the yar is blood, but us Jews, we have water without blood, so now we sold the water, we made 10 times more money. So we're doing a lot better than before with the fish in the yar. V'adaga, Hashem Yom Mesa. Rashi and Yoina, what? That's what I said. Perik Beis, that's what I said. Check it out. So, the Quran, I read it okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Interesting. Rashi Yoina also says that dag means that Kadosh Baruch Hu put Yoina in a male fish, but he was too comfortable there. So he threw him into a female fish. She had a lot of eggs and stuff, and it was like all cramped in it. Then he started davening. That's what Rashi says. He brings a medrash. What? So you're telling me daga is small? How's it possible? What? So only the small ones die, but the large fish in the yard didn't die. El daga mashmak daga mashmak tanu could go both ways. Ubenedarim halech achar loshim bnei adam. One more line before you jump up. When it comes to nedarim, you have to go with what people speak. That's what it means. Smelly fish. Omar le Ravina le Ravashi. Omar harele tzichim. Tzichim is like all the smelly types. I'm talking about the Ran here. Ran says fish smell bad. Does he also mean the liquidy part of the gefilte fish. The yoich, mai, tibai. We have a shayla, a boisai. Have a wonderful day.